How many how many freaking times are we going to talk about school teachers being violent towards the children? This happened today. This happened in Atlanta, Georgia. So Atlanta, Georgia, take an L. Get back to the story here. Get back to the story. Two preschool teachers are arrested after parents saw their children being abused on classroom video, streamed with one child's fingers stepped on and another kneed in the back. These are, if you can see right here, two women. These are the teachers that were arrested. Some people just do not need to be working in the school system. Zena Aloswana, 40, and Serena Visano, 19. You have a 40-year-old and a 19-year-old teacher abusing children. Both have been arrested for cruelty to children after live streaming footage of the classroom was seen by a child's parent. One was seen standing on a child's hand and kneeing another in the back. Another could be seen shouting in the 2-year-old's face and shoving his face. It was in pre-primary B classroom of Parker Chase Preschool in East Roswell. Two preschool teachers have been arrested for cruelty to children after parents watched them abuse 2 and 3-year-old students on a live video stream from the classroom. Footage from inside the pre-primary B classroom of Parker Chase Preschool in East Roswell, Georgia, allegedly shows Zena Alestwana, 40, and Rihanna Bricino, 19, pushing and shouting at children as they sat in a circle on the floor as a group last week. Zena is seen standing on a child's hand and kneeing another child in the back, while 19-year-old Simona, who is sat in the center of the group of children, shouting at one child closer to their face. She also shoves them in the forehead with her finger. The children in the class covered by Alaswani and Briciano are between 2 and 3 years old. The footage, which is being used as evidence in the case, was seen by a parent who decided to tune into the school's live streaming of classrooms on Thursday, June the 2nd. Gloria Bagahi, the mother of one of the preschoolers in the classroom, said she went to watch her son after she had a weird feeling that she needed to check on him. I just told my husband, I said, I've got a weird feeling I've got to check on our son. Call it mother's institution, I said. Intuition, I said, sorry. I just wanted to see if he's okay, the mother said. I put up the app. I picked it up right when the lead teacher was assaulting the first victim. It was intentional. It was thought out. It was malicious. These are defenseless little kids. When describing how school staff responded to her claims, Miss Bagahi said they were at first a little taken aback. It almost came across as defensive, not believing that it would really happen. They had no idea. They had no policies in place. There was no if that happens, there are the procedures we go by. To the point that I had to demand that the teachers were removed from the classroom and we not leave until they were removed. The director even looked at me and questioned, so you want me to remove them? And I said, you better believe it, remove them now. Police later arrested the two teachers who are allegedly seen in the footage. One was 40 and one was 19, and charged them both with cruelty to children of the first degree. In Georgia, people found guilty of cruelty to children in the first degree can face up to a minimum of 5 years and a maximum up to 20 years in prison. Mr. and Mrs. Balgahi revealed that since sending their 3-year-old son to the East Roswell preschool 9 months ago, they have noticed changes in his behavior. They may suggest that abuse in his classroom has been ongoing. She continued, I think back now to the things he's told me. I think my son was trying to tell me all along. He expressed not liking the teachers, not wanting to go to school, crying to go to school. And of course, he has some behaviors now. After talking to professionals, that we do need to get him evaluated and make sure that the children are all okay. I think as a mom, your job is to protect the child, and there's a guilt that I put him in that environment every day. Miss Boggy's husband, Duncan, added, we took our child and we handed him to these monsters because we trusted in the school. We trusted in the staff to protect and watch over our children. They're evil. They're evil. Police are now investigating several weeks of classroom footage to see if Alustrini and Persiano, as well as any other teachers, have assaulted other children. The mother of the child who fell victim to the abuse in the video, who did not want to be identified, said, I knew what we had seen was deliberate, and my stomach was just in my throat at one point. The pair appeared in court on Tuesday, where prosecutors gave Ashwani a $75,000 bond. Persiana was not given bond because of her immigration and Islam status. Alustrini and Persiana currently remain in a Fulton County jail. Endeavor Schools, which owns the Parker Chase campus in Roswell, released a statement which read, we are extremely ungrateful that the children are well. We take this matter seriously and our investigation is ongoing. We expected our staff to adhere to the highest standard of care, and any failure to do so will not be tolerated. Now, before I show you the video, I'm gonna give my input on it. Then I'm gonna show you the video. Right? Let's think about this for a second. We're talking about preschool students who are 2 and 3 years old, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna stick to this, right? For the longest, there should be some type of big, super big background check before becoming a teacher. There's a lot of people who do not need to work with children. Do not be a teacher, counselor, guidance counselor, principal, none of that. Because obviously, you can't behave yourself in a working environment. You get a job just to abuse children. Well, don't get a job working with children. Now, I'm sorry. One of the teachers got a $75,000 bond, and the other one has no bond because of her immigration status. Now, that the teacher who got the $75,000 bond should be on no bond, especially because she's charged with first degree child abuse. That should be automatically no bond. She should also be sent with no bond in the county jail. I wouldn't give her no bond. I wouldn't. That's just me. Those teachers deserve to be going to prison for a very long time. And if I could pick up the article, not the news video, let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Give me a second. Pulling up the video now. You know, yeah, I honestly think that there's more victims that been abused too, because you could tell that the police needs to do a thorough investigation. They need to talk to every last teacher, every last worker that works in that school. Question, sit down with the children. I mean, it's a lot that they need to do in this case.
His live force in Roswell, and Steve, you spoke with the mother of one of the alleged victims.
Inside a 3-year-old classroom here at Parker Chase Preschool off Holcomb Bridge, and one mom, she just wanted to check on her son. She pulled up that camera.
At 4 o'clock, 2 preschool teachers are under arrest and charged with cruelty to children. The alleged abuse was witnessed over live video from the classroom by the parents of one of the students. Channel 2 Steve Gelbach is live force in Roswell. And Steve, you spoke with the mother of one of the alleged victims.
And it was inside a 3-year-old classroom here at Parker Chase Preschool off Holcomb Bridge. And one mom, she just wanted to check on her son. She pulled up that camera inside on her cell phone last Thursday. We want to show you what she saw.
I saw it, but I was like, no, I didn't see that.
One mom,
Fair use.
her 3-year-old son's classroom at Parker Chase Preschool in Roswell. You see the teacher standing in the scarf, seeming to place her foot on one child's fingers as the other teacher gets in the face of another little girl. Then the first, 40-year-old Zina Al-Aswani, uses her leg to shove the girl in the back. I spoke with that victim's mother over the phone, who doesn't want to be identified.
It was a matter of seconds, and we knew that what we had seen was deliberate, and we were really, my stomach was just in my throat at that point.
Parents Gloria Bargy and Brent Duncan kept watching in real time, and about 45 seconds later saw this. 19-year-old Soriana Brasino place her index finger on the girl's forehead and push.
And at that point, we saw the second teacher, put her hands on the child.
They rushed to the school, demanded the teachers be removed from the class to see the video.
Doesn't matter whose child it is, it's a child. They're helpless.
Shock, disbelief.
They're defenseless.
They contacted the victim's parents and called Roswell police. Detectives watched this video and arrested both teachers for cruelty to children in the first degree. Both suspects appeared in front of a judge today from jail. Prosecutors asked for no bond.
Several other children have come forward as additional victims in this case.
There's now a much larger investigation into the preschool.
So we have several weeks of video to go back and review to make sure that there's no other instances of this kind of behavior.
We went to Parker Chase today, but no one would speak to us. In a message sent to parents and in a written statement, the preschool's parent company said the teachers were fired and they're shocked and disappointed at what they call inappropriate disciplinary actions. Quote, While we are extremely grateful that the children are well, we take this matter seriously, and our investigation is ongoing. We expect our staff to adhere to the highest standards of care, and any failure to do so will not be tolerated. And I did see 2 more detectives' cars here at the preschool here this afternoon. Now, one teacher did get a $75,000 bond. The younger one has no bond. She's going to stay in jail. She's going to stay in jail because of her immigration and asylum status. Live in Roswell, Steve Gelbach, Channel 2 Action News.
All right, my closing thoughts. I'm sorry, like honestly, and this what makes me concerned with a lot of parents, because parents typically think that by putting their children in a certain school, you would think that that school is professional. That school is number one good school in the neighborhood. Sometimes you just got to do background checks. Sometimes you got to really, look at these people, because you don't know what goes on behind closed door. I would have definitely did a thorough background check before I put my children at school. I just think that some people just don't need to be working in schools. How many times are we gonna keep going over abuse in schools? Something has to be done with the abuse that are happening in schools, such as abusing children. That's number one. Number two, racism. That's number two. 3, bullying. Right? What you saw in that video was bullying. Just because a teacher assaulted a student, that is considered bullying. If a teacher deliberately steps on a student's hand, it's more than abuse. It's bullying. That's a teacher bullying a student. That's what it was. And some people can't, if you couldn't do the job, if it's a hard job for you to do in the first place, they don't work in a setting such as a school. And Atlanta, Georgia, if you get caught committing any crimes in the first degree, you are definitely going to prison. You're going to prison. I hope these teachers get the maximum. I really hope that this teacher who got the $75,000 bond should have had no bond. We talking about preschool students that were abused. Why would she have a $75,000 bond for abusing children? Why would you just make a bond who abused children? If that was a man, if that teacher was a man, and I'm talking about a black man, he would have had no bond for first degree child abuse. I'm just saying. It is what it is. And I'm pretty sure that these teachers are going to get a slap on the wrist. The only time they're going to get is what? 10 to 15? And if they get anywhere from 10 to 20, I mean, even 20 years, that's nothing. I think that they need a higher penalty. Both of them needs to be behind bars for a long time. Honestly, if I was the judge, both of them would receive 25 to 50, let's do 25 to 58 years. I think that needs to be behind bars for a long time. I think they should never be able to work again with children in any school district. I'm glad both teachers got fired. Parents, that's why it's important to If your students go to public school and there's a camera in the classroom, get the footage, review the footage, because anything can happen behind closed doors. It's just a matter of time. Anything, anything can happen behind closed doors. It's just that simple. These teachers are cowards, ignorant, and shouldn't be able to say the light of that. Now, this is my opinion. If I was a parent and I saw that on camera, you'll be in jail, you'll be sued, you'll be paying medical bills for the next months to come. You'll be paying hospital bills, all of that, because you chose to be an ignorant person who did not need to work with preschoolers. These are preschoolers that you chose to abuse in your care. As a caretaker for children from morning, noon to the afternoon, it should be your obligation to protect and to serve the children, not to abuse and and just do what you want to do to other people's children. Hashtag in the comment, what would you do if that was your children in that video? What would you do? What would you do? I'm just saying. What would you do? I don't know what I would do. What would you do? I think that a good point, and earlier today, a few hours ago, roughly about 10 something, I was on YouTube, and on the laptop I was watching how the family of the victims from the mass shootings went to the Washington D.C. to talk to legislation and the chairman people about changing gun laws and changing everything within the United States. Now, when we talk about changing laws, we need to change gun laws. We need to change the abuse that goes on in public schools throughout the United States because it's happening around the whole United States. This ain't the first time children got abused, I'm pretty sure, at that school. Just saying. But there's a lot of schools nowadays that are abusing children, and it's time for people to put an end to the abuse. There should be no reason why children, preschoolers, are going home from school crying because you, as the teacher, is abusing the student. That don't make sense. And for what? Secondly, I feel like there's more people who needs to be arrested. I feel like somebody's covering up this abuse. I feel like this is not the first time it been caught on camera. It may be the first time it got reported, but I'm pretty sure this abuse was going on and on and on from days on to now. And I think that the police, the investigators, the school, everybody needs to review those cameras, review the footage from days, from weeks until now. Because I'm pretty sure that they're going to find some heartbroken footage of these teachers abusing these students, these children. And we're talking about preschoolers who can't defend themselves, can't, you know, can't approach these teachers, and somebody got to stand up and give these children a voice. Give these children a chance. Abusing them is not the answer. They don't come to school to get abused. They come to school to learn. As a teacher, and I'm glad this teacher got fired. You know, Atlanta, Georgia, where this happened at ATL, please do better with putting the correct people in the school districts. Review background checks, interview people. You know, you can read body language. Like, just don't hire people that you don't really know their background. Because I'm pretty sure they have a not so good background. I'm pretty sure that some people, like those two teachers, really thought that they could do this in school, on camera. They thought they wouldn't get caught. Yo, you gonna get caught. There's cameras in the classroom. I definitely think that I would definitely take my children at that school now and transfer them to another school or homeschool them. I think that, you know, it's something ain't right, because the principal should have been aware of this abuse going on. Teachers nearby should have been aware. You know, superintendent, somebody should have been aware. And the whole everybody in that school, in my opinion, neglected these children. It's neglect. Neglect. That's what it is. Neglect. Let me know what you think about this story down below in the comment section box. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please subscribe. We're here to change lives. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I post all my videos. I post on this channel Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today, I will be vlogging. I will be making a second channel, and I will be vlogging on that channel. So, I need your guys' help right now. So tell me, what should I name that channel? I think I picked out a name, a nice name for my second channel. I think I want to call it C Vlogs. C Vlogs. Because C is the first letter of my name. So my second channel is going to be called C Vlogs. I'm going to make that channel as soon as I get off of here. So go over there. I will be dropping a video later today on that channel. And please let me know what you think about this story. Thank you.